Hey, beautiful Taurus souls. I just finished doing this reading for you, and I have to say, the energy coming through is absolutely incredible. I'm sitting here with my cards spread out in front of me, and there's this sense of relief, this feeling of finally being able to breathe again that's just washing over me as I look at what the universe wants to share with you about your financial journey. You know, I've been doing readings for Taurus energy for years now, and there's something so special about how you approach money and security. You're the sign that truly understands the value of building something solid, something that lasts. But lately, I know many of you have been feeling like you're swimming upstream financially, like no matter how hard you work or how carefully you plan, something keeps throwing obstacles in your path. Well, Taurus, I have some really beautiful news for you today. The cards are showing me that this challenging financial cycle you've been navigating is finally coming to a close. And I mean finally. The universe has been putting you through some tests, teaching you some valuable lessons about money, resources, and your own inner strength. But graduation day is approaching. Let me start by sharing what I'm seeing here because, honestly, when I first laid these cards out, I got goosebumps. The energy is so different from what I've been picking up for earth signs over the past few months. There's this sense of movement, of things finally shifting in your favor, but in a way that feels sustainable and real, not just temporary relief. The first card that practically jumped out of my deck when I was asking about your financial situation was the Four of Pentacles. Now, before you worry that this means you're going to be holding on to money too tightly, let me explain what I'm seeing here in the context of your current journey. This card is appearing not as a warning about being stingy or fearful, but as confirmation that you've learned how to protect what you have during difficult times. Think about it, Taurus. Over these past months, you've had to become really strategic about your resources. You've had to say no to things you wanted. You've had to prioritize needs over wants. And you've had to develop this incredible discipline around money that maybe you didn't have before. The Four of Pentacles is showing me that this wasn't just survival mode, this was training. You were learning how to be a responsible guardian of your resources. But here's what's beautiful about how this card is showing up for you right now. It's not saying you need to keep living in that tight, controlled way forever. Instead, it's acknowledging that you've mastered this lesson. You now know how to protect your financial foundation when you need to. You've developed this inner security that isn't dependent on having tons of money in the bank, but on knowing that you can navigate financial challenges with grace and intelligence. I'm seeing this card as the universe saying to you, you've proven that you can handle financial responsibility even under pressure. You've shown that you won't panic and make reckless decisions when money gets tight. You've demonstrated that you can distinguish between what you need and what you want, and that you can make those tough choices when necessary. That's huge, Taurus. That's the kind of financial maturity that sets you up for long-term abundance. What's interesting is how this card is positioned in your reading. It's not at the end, it's at the beginning, which tells me that this energy of financial protection and responsibility is your foundation for what's coming next. You're not moving away from being financially responsible, you're building from this place of responsibility towards something much more expansive. The next energy that came through absolutely blew my mind, and I have to say, this is one of those cards that shows up when the universe really wants to get your attention. I pulled the Hanged Man and Taurus. This card is so perfect for where you are right now that it almost feels like the universe has a sense of humor. Now, I know what you're probably thinking when you hear the Hanged Man in a reading about financial renewal. You're thinking, wait, that sounds like more delays, more waiting, more being stuck. But that's not what's happening here at all. The Hanged Man is showing up to tell you that this period of financial limitation you've been experiencing has been serving a much bigger purpose than you realized. You see, the Hanged Man represents willing sacrifice for greater wisdom. And that's exactly what you've been doing, even if you didn't realize it at the time. When money was tight, when you had to cut back on expenses, when you had to find creative solutions to financial problems, you weren't just surviving. you are gaining this incredible perspective on what really matters to you financially. I'm getting this strong message that during this challenging period, you've discovered things about yourself and your relationship with money that you never would have learned any other way. Maybe you realized you don't actually need some of the things you thought were essential. Maybe you discovered you're more resourceful than you ever gave yourself credit for. Maybe you found joy in simple pleasures that don't cost anything. The Hanged Man is telling me that this period of financial constraint has been like a reset for your entire approach to money and security. You've been forced to examine your priorities, to get clear about what you're really working toward, and to develop this deeper appreciation for abundance in all its forms, not just the monetary kind. But here's the beautiful part, and why the Hanged Man is such a positive card for you right now. This willing sacrifice period is coming to an end. The universe is saying, okay, Taurus, you've gained the wisdom, you've learned the lessons, you've developed the perspective we needed you to have. Now it's time to apply all of this wisdom to a new chapter of financial growth. I'm seeing the Hanged Man as this pause before action, this moment of clarity before movement. You've been in this reflective learning phase, and now you're about to flip right side up and start moving forward with all the wisdom you've gained. You're not going back to your old relationship with money. You're moving forward with a completely transformed understanding of abundance and security. The third card that came through for you is giving me chills, and I think it's going to give you chills too. I pulled the Nine of Cups and Taurus. This is what we call the wish fulfillment card. This is the card that shows up when the universe is ready to deliver on promises that have been a long time coming. What I love about the Nine of Cups appearing in your reading is that it's not just about getting what you want. It's about getting what you want from a place of deserving it. And that's exactly where you are right now. You've done the work, you've learned the lessons, you've developed the maturity and wisdom around money that qualifies you for the next level of financial well-being. The Nine of Cups is showing me that there's this emotional satisfaction coming into your financial life that you haven't felt in a long time. It's not just about having more money, though that's certainly part of it. It's about finally feeling like your financial situation matches your efforts and your worth. It's about reaching this place where you can look at your money situation and actually feel proud of what you've built and maintained. I'm seeing this card as the universe preparing to reward your patience and your persistence. You've been planting seeds during this difficult time, even when it felt like nothing was growing. You've been making smart choices, you've been staying committed to your goals, you've been believing in your ability to create financial stability even when everything around you felt unstable. The Nine of Cups is telling me that harvest time is approaching. Those seeds you've been planting, those careful choices you've been making, those sacrifices you've been accepting, they're all about to start paying off in ways that are going to surprise and delight you. What's beautiful about this card is that it represents satisfaction on multiple levels. Yes, there's financial improvement coming, but there's also this deep emotional contentment that comes from knowing you've earned what you're receiving. You're not just getting lucky, you're not just benefiting from someone else's generosity, you're reaping the rewards of your own wisdom and persistence. I'm also seeing the Nine of Cups as indicating that the financial stress and worry you've been carrying is about to lift in a significant way. You know that feeling when you've been holding your breath for a long time and you finally get to exhale? That's the energy I'm picking up for you. Relief, satisfaction, and this sense of finally being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Now, the fourth card that appeared is really interesting, and I think it's going to shed some light on exactly how this financial renewal is going to unfold for you. I pulled the Page of Pentacles, and this card is all about new opportunities and fresh approaches to building wealth and security. The Page of Pentacles is such a hopeful card because it represents the beginning of a new financial journey, but one that's built on solid ground. This isn't about getting rich quick schemes or unrealistic fantasies. This is about genuine opportunities that align with your skills, your values, and your long-term goals. I'm seeing this card as indicating that there's a learning opportunity coming your way that could significantly improve your financial situation. Maybe it's a chance to develop a new skill that increases your earning potential. Maybe it's an opportunity to start a side project or business that could grow into something substantial. Maybe it's discovering an investment or saving strategy that you never considered before. What I love about the Page of Pentacles is that it shows someone who's eager to learn and grow, but also practical and grounded in their approach. That's such perfect Taurus energy. You're not going to chase after pie-in-the-sky ideas, but you are going to be open to legitimate opportunities to improve your financial position. The Page of Pentacles is also telling me that you might be called to take a beginner's mind approach to some aspect of your financial life. Maybe there's something you thought you understood completely, but now you're seeing it from a fresh perspective. Maybe there's a financial strategy or approach that you dismissed before, but now you're ready to give it a fair look. I'm getting this message that your willingness to learn and adapt during this challenging period has positioned you perfectly to take advantage of new opportunities. The universe loves a student, and you've definitely been in student mode when it comes to money and resources. Now you're ready to apply what you've learned in exciting new ways. The Page of Pentacles is also showing me that there might be a younger person or someone new to your life who brings valuable financial insight or opportunity your way. This could be someone who offers you a job, introduces you to an investment opportunity, or simply shares knowledge that proves helpful in your money journey. The fifth card that came through is giving me such strong energy that I had to pause and really tune into what the universe wants me to share with you about this. I pulled the Six of Swords, and Taurus. This card is like a boat carrying you from turbulent waters to calmer shores. The Six of Swords is all about transition, about moving from a difficult situation to a better one. But what I love about this card is that it's not about instant transformation or sudden miracles. It's about steady, purposeful movement toward improvement. It's about having the wisdom to know when it's time to leave something behind and the courage to take action on that knowledge. In terms of your financial situation, the Six of Swords is showing me that you're in the process of moving away from the patterns, circumstances, and energy that have been keeping you stuck financially. This isn't happening overnight, but it's definitely happening. You're navigating away from financial struggle toward financial stability and eventually prosperity. What's beautiful about the Six of Swords is that it shows someone who's not just hoping for change, but actively participating in creating that change. You're not just waiting for your financial situation to improve, you're making choices and taking actions that are moving you in the right direction. I'm seeing this card as confirmation that the steps you've been taking to improve your financial situation, even the small ones that maybe didn't seem significant at the time, have been guiding you toward this better place. Every time you chose to save instead of spend, every time you looked for a better deal or found a way to reduce an expense, every time you invested in your skills or knowledge, you were rowing this boat toward calmer financial waters. The Six of Swords is also telling me that you're carrying forward the valuable lessons and wisdom you've gained during this challenging time. You're not just leaving the struggle behind, you're taking the strength and knowledge you've developed and applying it to create a more secure future. There's this sense with the Six of Swords that you've gained clarity about what you want your financial life to look like and what you need to do to create it. The confusion and uncertainty that might have characterized this difficult period is clearing, and you're beginning to see your path forward much more clearly. Now, the sixth card that appeared is absolutely perfect for where you are in this journey, and when I pulled it, I literally felt this wave of optimism wash over me. I drew the Ace of Pentacles, and Taurus, this is the card of new financial beginnings and material opportunities. The Ace of Pentacles is like the universe extending its hand to offer you a brand new start financially. This card represents the seed of future prosperity, a genuine opportunity to build something lasting and valuable. And the timing of this card appearing in your reading is absolutely perfect, because you've done all the groundwork necessary to make the most of what's being offered. What I'm seeing with the Ace of Pentacles is that there's a real, tangible opportunity coming your way that could significantly change your financial trajectory. This isn't wishful thinking or vague possibility. This is something concrete that you'll be able to see and act upon. It might be a job opportunity, a business idea, an investment option, or even just a chance to restructure your finances in a way that serves you much better. The Ace of Pentacles is also telling me that this opportunity is perfectly aligned with your natural talents and abilities. Remember, Pentacles represent the earth element, and as a Taurus, you have this incredible natural affinity for building and growing material resources. This new beginning is going to feel like it fits you perfectly, like it's exactly what you've been preparing for without even realizing it. What I love about this card appearing in your reading is that it confirms all the work you've done during this difficult period has been worth it. The Ace of Pentacles doesn't appear for people who aren't ready to handle new opportunities responsibly. It appears for people who have demonstrated that they can be trusted with material blessings, people who will use resources wisely and build something meaningful with what they're given. I'm also getting this strong message that the Ace of Pentacles represents not just an opportunity to improve your current financial situation, but a chance to set yourself up for long-term security in a way you haven't been able to before. This feels like the beginning of a new chapter, where financial stress becomes less and less of a factor in your life, because you're building something solid and sustainable. The Ace of Pentacles is showing me that your relationship with money is about to become much more positive and empowered. Instead of feeling like you're always behind or always struggling to catch up, you're going to start feeling like you're building something meaningful and like you have real control over your financial destiny. The seventh and final card that came through for you is honestly giving me goosebumps. And I think when you hear what it is, you're going to understand why this reading has felt so powerful and hopeful. I pulled the Three of Pentacles, and this card is all about collaboration, recognition, and being rewarded for your skills and expertise. The Three of Pentacles is showing me that part of your financial renewal is going to come through recognition of your talents and abilities by others. During this challenging period, you've been developing skills, gaining experience, and proving yourself in ways that perhaps haven't been fully acknowledged yet. But that's about to change. I'm seeing this card as indicating that there are people who have been watching your work, your dedication, your growth during this difficult time, and they're impressed by what they've seen. The Three of Pentacles often represents getting credit where credit is due, being brought into collaborative projects where your contributions are valued, and being compensated fairly for your expertise. What's beautiful about the Three of Pentacles is that it represents sustainable financial improvement through genuine contribution and skill. This isn't about luck or charity. This is about you being recognized for the value you bring and being rewarded accordingly. That feels so perfect for Taurus energy because you want to earn what you receive. You want to build something based on real contribution and real skill. The Three of Pentacles is also telling me that collaboration is going to be key to your financial renewal. Maybe there's a partnership opportunity coming up, or maybe you're going to be invited to be part of a team or project that elevates your financial situation. You might find that working with others, sharing resources or expertise, becomes a path to greater prosperity than trying to do everything alone. I'm also seeing this card as confirmation that the skills and knowledge you've developed during this challenging period are going to be more valuable than you realize. Sometimes when we're in survival mode, we don't fully appreciate how much we're learning and growing. The Three of Pentacles is telling me that others are going to help you see just how much you've developed and how valuable your contributions can be. There's this sense with the Three of Pentacles that your financial renewal isn't just going to benefit you, but that you're going to be part of something larger that creates value and prosperity for everyone involved. That feels so aligned with the highest expression of Taurus energy, using your natural abilities to create abundance not just for yourself, but for your community. So Taurus, as I look at all these cards together, the message is absolutely clear. This cycle of financial struggle is genuinely coming to a close. You've learned what you needed to learn, You've developed the wisdom and skills you needed to develop, and you've proven to the universe and to yourself that you can handle financial challenges with grace and intelligence. What's coming next is a period of renewal, opportunity, and recognition. The foundations you've built during this difficult time are solid and strong, and now you get to build something beautiful and prosperous on top of them. The universe has been preparing you for this next chapter, and you are absolutely ready for it. I want you to pay attention over the next few weeks to opportunities that feel aligned with your skills and values. Trust your instincts about what feels right and what feels sustainable. And remember, this financial renewal isn't just about having more money, it's about creating a relationship with abundance that feels authentic and empowering to you. The cards are showing me that relief is coming, recognition is coming, and real opportunities for building lasting prosperity are coming your way. You've earned this, Taurus. You've absolutely earned this.